Welcome back to my channel. So the day of today we're going to be talking about all things baking. I'm going to be showing you how I do it, the products that I like, and why you do it. So if you want to learn more about it, then please keep watching. Okay, so I'm sure you've heard of baking. I'm sure you've seen it on Instagram. The crazy white powder everywhere. It looks crazy, but it works wonders. The reason why people do this is they let their face sit with the powder so that way their face could really absorb the powder and set their concealer flawlessly, so that way you don't have any creasing in the concealer. If you're not used to wearing makeup or a lot of makeup, it might feel a little bit weird because it is like layers on layers on layers of product. So this is like for a night out, whenever you're gonna go out and be taking pictures with flash. Very important if you want to avoid like that crazy, I don't know what it's called, but when you look crazy and your eyes just look super white. Baking is perfect for that. Personally, I don't do it every day. I only do it for, you know, a night out, special occasions, whenever I really want some full coverage. I don't do it every day because it does take time and it is kind of heavy on the face, but it makes you look flawless. So I'm going to be speaking about different products that I've used before, because that's definitely one of the most asked questions on my Instagram. What powder do you use to bake? Where do you get it? How much does it cost? So I'll be speaking about all different products, if I like them, if I don't, and all the information on that will also be in the description bar below, so make sure that you check that. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start off with the e.l.f. High Definition Powder. This one I was really crazy about until another product kind of came and swept me off my feet, and now I'm not that crazy about this one anymore. Now I feel like it's almost too translucent, like it's not really doing the job, but I do like using it to set my whole face, not necessarily baking. Okay, so this is the Airspun Loose Face Powder, and I don't really like it. Like, I feel like it has like a pink undertone, and it just, I used it one time to bake and it was just like, it felt way too heavy, and it looked pink. And you know when foundation or just makeup in general looks like pink and it just looks off from the skin tone? That's what it looked like. Personally, I didn't like it. NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. I love this one, and it's gotta be the cheapest one out of all the ones that I have here. You could get it at Walmart. I love this one. I mean, I don't really have much to say. It's just perfect. You put it on and it looks fantastic. You could take it off easily. Not too cakey, not too light. I love this one. I think it's like $3 or $4, like $2, $3 or $4 at Walmart. So if you're looking to start baking and you don't want to spend a bunch of money, this is the one, because it's definitely one of my favorites and it's like really cheap. The MakeUpForever one, I really like this one, except for you really have to hydrate your skin before, because if you have any dry spots, it will like stick onto that. I don't know if that makes any sense, but once you just wipe it off, like, you'll see wider spots. So it basically sucks into the really dry spots. It is a little bit pricier. It is the priciest one out of all of these, but if you are looking for a high-end powder, I would definitely recommend this one. It's the HD High Definition Powder, and like I said, I'll link the links and the prices down below. And this is my favorite one, the RCMA No Color Powder. Kathleen Lights talked about it, so I had to get it. It's perfect. It's like really fine. It just makes you look flawless. It's not too cakey, not too light. It's only 10 it's only $10, and it's like 3 ounces, so it's a lot of powder for $10. So I definitely recommend this one. All the info will be down below. Okay, so to start off, I always like to have a towel on my lap, just because it can get a little bit messy. So if you don't want to get it all over your clothes, then prepare with the towel. Okay, so one thing that's very important if you're gonna bake is that you definitely have to moisturize before putting on your foundation. I mean, you should anyway, but if you don't, make sure you do, because it can be really drying to the face. I use my Bare Minerals Butter Drench, and I love this stuff because it's really like rich and creamy, and I'm into that. You also want to make sure that you use a primer because you don't want your pores looking all crazy with all this powder on your face. I used the e.l.f. Illuminating Face Primer, which is my favorite, but you probably already knew that. Alright, so I've already moisturized, I put on my primer, I put on my foundation, and as you can see, there's no contour here, super round, looking a little crazy. You're just gonna need a sponge, and it doesn't have to be, I'm gonna be using one of these. If you can see the shape of it, it's like a little like triangle. You don't need to have one of these though. This will work perfectly. There's a lot of times where I watch tutorials and I'm like, oh, I don't have that. It's not gonna come out the same. I swear it's like the same thing. So it doesn't matter whether you have this one or this one, you'll be fine. Okay, to start off, you're obviously gonna highlight your face, and I'm gonna be using my MakeUpForever Ultra HD Concealer in the color R22.
At the time I figured it out, it was too late, we had to go out.
I'll be going in with my e.l.f. brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that in. Fun part. I'm going to be taking my RCMA no color powder, and I'm just going to go ahead and be putting some on this cap, generous amount. Now I'm going to take my sponge. I'm just going to go ahead and whip it in there, and it is damp, so you could get a good amount of product. And you're just gonna go ahead and there you go. And there might be fallout, so that's why I'm using a towel.
I remember the day you were standing still in the dark.
And it obviously doesn't have to be perfect because you're already going to take it off anyway. And I'm also going to be going down here, so my contour will be really defined. You see all the little fluttery ones going everywhere. Okay, so while you wait, you can go ahead and do the rest of your eye makeup. My makeup is already done, so I'm just gonna go ahead and contour my cheeks with my Hoola Bronzer and my Luxie 650 Precision brush.
I remember the day
I'm about ready to take it off. I don't wait the whole 5 to 10 minutes just because I find that it's really drying for my face. So you're just going to go ahead and take a fluffy brush, and you're just going to go ahead and fluff it away.
Probably the worst feel inside of us. We kept looking at each other, but we knew it wasn't.
Can you see that definition? Isn't it fabulous?
It was too late, we had to go out.
It just gives you that like perfect flawless look. Alright, and I know this is a highlight video, but we might as well finish off the look, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and go in with my Essence blush. Did I say that this is a highlight tutorial? I meant baking. I just caught that. And of course, we've got a highlight, and I'll be going in with my Gerard Cosmetics highlight in the color Audrey. Alright, so that is it. I hope I cleared up any questions about baking if you had any, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you soon.
You were looking at me, and I felt my